We live.
Oh, we are?
We are live.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Love and Marriage Podcast. I am your host, Wendy O. Some of you know me as Crypto Wendy O, but I'm not here to talk about crypto. And this is my amazing co-host, Hotep Jesus, one of the most intelligent and smart man I know, to be honest.
I love it. Thank you.
You know what? I think I can say that. I think I could say that with confidence.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's a goal of mine. I try to I used to be a rapper. And then I had
Okay.
kids, and I'm like, kids are gonna do what you want to do, right? Or what you are. It's like I don't want
Hmm.
my kids to be rappers.
Right.
I was
No
like,
musicians.
yeah. So I was like, what do I want them to be? I was like, I want them to be intellectual. So I said, I'm gonna have to be an intellectual. I'm
Okay.
glad, I've been trying to brand myself as that, and oh my God, I got to tell you about the book.
Okay. Well, before you tell me about the book, I just want to say the thing that I like about you the most is I view you as a friend, and I like that you were even though we don't agree on stuff, there's some topics we don't agree on, but I can talk to you and you will present an argument, but you won't be rude and you will not be condescending and disrespectful, and it actually makes me think and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't think about this before. I can get behind this." And it makes me be more willing to change my opinion, and not many people have that skill.
Yeah, I think it's about compromise, it's about empathy and sympathy, but you definitely got to see the other person's side, and I just feel like everything needs to come from a place of objectivity and a lack of judgment. Like when people make decisions in their lives, we can't judge them for it because we got this thing called free will, and as the Bible says, who art thou to judge, right? Only God
Mhm.
could judge. So I try to follow those tenets, and it helps discourse. It's like, who am I to judge your opinion? Here's my opinion. Here's how I came to this conclusion. But I like my opinion and I like your opinion, even though they might be diametrically opposed. I like both opinions. I have the ability to do it. A lot of people say like, oh no, my opinion's the way. Whereas I'm like, I want to hold everybody's opinion and say I like them all.
I agree. Tell me about
Yeah.
your book.
Okay. So I hit a roadblock
Okay.
this weekend. Um, it was on the Federal Reserve part. Got over that hump. Because you're writing a book, you're trying to find the right angle. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I don't want to come with the same angle that everybody else talks about the Federal Reserve on. And I want to provide more evidence than some of the books I've been reading, right? Um, and really like dive into the matter. So I got over that. It's like I think I got like 12, 13 pages on the Federal Reserve.
Mm.
Now, so then I was like going to continue on from there because the book's kind of like in chronology. And each section it deviates from chronology, but the book's pretty much in chronology. At least this section is, um, which is the money section. So I get to this one part, and I don't want to spoil it. And then while I'm investigating this one part, I find a whole new subchapter, and I was
Ooh.
like, "What is this? I've never heard about." So I started diving into that, and then I started researching it, and it led me to crypto. I was like, "Oh shit, we're back at square one." So it was like really dope. And then like now I'm looking at case law and Supreme Court cases and whatnot. So I got some real good case law I can present in the book as well. So this thing has turned out to be a fucking masterpiece. I'm really excited. When people read this, they're gonna be like fucking woke as shit.
I'm so hyped. And I love that you took case law and you're applying it to the book because a lot of people don't understand this. And this is why I have a whole legal series on my YouTube channel regarding crypto. And I have attorneys, I've got all types of people, lawmakers come on, because what the United States government does to create new laws, they look at old cases.
Yeah.
They look at old cases, they say, what happened here? How can we apply it to this? And the reason why I know this is when I bought my first house, I had to take the sellers to court multiple times. I had to take them to court twice, and I figured out that how to win my case. I would have to pull an old story that had happened, or an old case that had happened on a non-disclosure law, and I was able to that's how I was kind of able to persuade my attorney to take it because I was like, look at this case, because nobody would take my case, and my attorney took my case, and that's because I found an old case from way back, and I think that's 1976 or something ridiculous that set the standard for California real estate. So I did this all on my own. no high school, or I have a high school diploma, but no college degree at that time. And, it ended up working out well. So I love the fact that you pulled this case law. Love it.
Yeah. Case law is so important. This is how you win cases, man. You can find a bunch of cases where people ruled in your favor and just like, look, motherfucker, you gotta rule in my favor. You set the precedent already, So, but yeah, unfortunately, the case I looked at, the guy lost. But there's some great context because there was a majority in the Supreme Court, but some of the things that the dissenters said, oh man, I was like, ooh, I need this. These are some great arguments. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited about the book. This is gonna be a fucking masterpiece.
That's fun. I'm hyped for that. So my good friend Jason, he also goes by Dragon Wolf Tech on Twitter. He's a guy I linked you up with on via email. He said that I think he really. Yes, my friend.
I spoke to him today. I did his podcast today.
Yeah, he's a very, very good friend of mine. He's one of the writers for Wendy's white paper, my free Bitcoin crypto basics. Yeah, he's a very, very good friend of mine. He's met my family, all kinds of stuff, and he lives in Southern California. And I was like, I was so excited about it. I was like, yes. Because this is the thing. Let me tell you something. He is so smart, and he is the way he speaks, he's just so educated and just such a sweet guy. And I feel like he doesn't get a lot of the credit he deserves. So he'll be like, hey, Wendy, da-da-da. So I'll be like, I gotta say something. I got his back like no other, because he's just he's always been such a good friend to me. So shout out to Jason. I support you. I support you. And thank you so much for always being kind to me and just being a friend to me.
Yeah, Jason's a good guy. I really enjoyed speaking with him today. We did a real punchy 30-minute interview. I think it's going to be excellent. It'll hit. I think he said tomorrow. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
I'm too. I was like, he DM'd me. And I was like, yes, I'm happy this finally happened.
Yeah.
So we talked about your book. Oh, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I posted that picture of myself, and you're like, who is that?
Did not look like you.
What's so different?
I figured it out.
What is it?
It was the cut of the hair and the color.
Okay. That was it? Okay.
Yeah. The cut was different, right? Like the cut was shorter, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you were tanner and you had blonde hair. So it looked like a completely different person. I'm like, who the fuck is this, Wendy?
That's me. You want to know how old I was?
How old? You said 21, right?
No.
How old were you?
I want to say I had just turned 18.
Wow. You look great.
Thanks.
You look great. Yeah. But I was just like, when you posted it, I knew you posted it like this was you. And I'm like, Wendy, who is this? This ain't you, Wendy. Who is this lady that you've posted on my timeline, Wendy? And you're like, it's me. I'm like, Wendy, stop it.
That was me.
Stop it, Wendy. Like, it's even like a whole nother style.
It was.
Right? Like
it was.
Like you were in a whole nother genre of human being.
Well, back then, that's right before, that was like when I started going to Hollywood during that time, because I was dating a musician. And the boy that I was dating at the time, he's actually rock and roll. He should be rock and roll royalty, but he's not. But his great uncle was a classical guitar player that almost everybody in the music industry has sampled his stuff.
Wow. That's dope.
And then
I was just like, that's not you.
Well, and then I went on to like party. Of course, I tore myself up from partying and stuff. But that's like right before all the shit hit the fan.
Yeah. Well, shit, like with what? Like when you.
I was in Hollywood, and then I started like partying, and that's when I was like going like crazy. That's when I really
started doing lines of cocaine.
Oh my God, no. But that's when I started partying. I started really like going out there, like doing like crazy stuff. I have been to like going to penthouse parties, hanging out up in the hills, just being backstage, just being a wild
young daddy.
Let me tell you something. I used to get into all the clubs. I used to get on guest lists. I used to go backstage, get up on stage, and I didn't have to sleep with anybody.
Oh, look at that. That's dope.
And you want to know why? Because you have friends that do that for you.
Pimping friends for passes.
my, gals, but I still had fun. I had fun with people I wanted to have fun with.
That's dope. That's dope. That's wonderful. I can relate because I made some of my friends take one for the team sometimes, so I wouldn't have to. Hey, I need to score this chick. Can you take her fat friend out for me, please? Just distract her. Just act like you're interested, please.
So let's look at the list here with some stuff that we
hold on. Let me just read the super chats. Natasha Kayleen, $5 super chat. Thank you for being a consistent supporter, Natasha Kayleen. Mary O'Donnell, 1999. Thank you. She said, saying hi to my Hotep Jesus. Love you, Mary. She said, been scarce lately. And hi, Wendy. I'm following her channel, and she was nice enough to recommend some books on crypto and subscribe to her white paper. She's smart and nice. Yeah, we got to set up a meeting. We'll be in the crypto. 12:30 tomorrow. We're going to be on Clubhouse. My whole crypto team.
Nice.
To come through, and that's a great time for you to come in and talk about the idea with the kid app. So crash the party, and we can.
What time is it? What time is it?
12:30 to like 1:30.
Okay, I'll be there at 1.
Okay.
Because I got a client at I'm writing this down.
Yeah, crashing at 1.
Yeah, I'll come in at 1 because I got a client at 12:30. This week has been so crazy. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I need to. So I don't know if I told you, but I deleted Twitter off of my main phone. I have multiple different phones for different things. I deleted Twitter off my main phone. So when I leave the house, I don't have access. I don't have access to Telegram. So I'm starting to reprogram my mind, and I'm starting to focus on things that are important. I have somebody, my PR guy, I've told him, I was like, we need to get our shit together. So we're really going to start working on building the YouTube channel. YouTube channel is doing well, but we're going to start focusing on building more. And I've got the white paper, the free newsletter. So going to get things better, and I really want to work on that project because I want to help the kids, and I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I spoke to the team, and they said that was like, a lot of people have been asking about that, like they want to buy Bitcoin for the kids. So yeah, hop in and let's sort of talk about it. What phones you got?
I have Apple and I have Android.
What kind of Android phone you got?
A Samsung Galaxy something. I don't use it really.
I'm thinking about getting me a Galaxy phone just for shits and giggles.
You know what? I tried it and I don't like it. I like the Apple better. I like the Apple a lot better. Why you don't like the Android? So one of the things with the Android is I'm obsessed with my daughter and I'm obsessed with my nephew. So I like to take pictures of the kids and I take them and then I go send them to this place and they print them out. So with the Samsung phone, if I want to send you a picture, you have to download like a link and send it that way. I don't like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I want to. I know definitely because I do mobile apps, I want to be able to experience them from different, platforms. I wouldn't get service on a Samsung. It'd just be like a Wi-Fi phone. Yeah, I mean, I'm cheap, so I don't know, like a new toy, I guess.
Get it used on eBay or something.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Why not? I mean, go to the local swap meet.
Yeah. So you got swap meets out there. Out here, they're called flea markets.
Okay.
They call them flea markets out here. Out there, they call them swap meets.
So in Southern California, we are very, very unique. This girl I know, I want to get her on the show one day. She's just awesome. But she was talking about she said something, put a tweet out. She said something about swap meets. At a swap meet, you could get your nails done, a back massage, your eyebrows done, like buy a new
tattoo.
Yeah, everything.
Record your rap song.
Everything.
Yeah,
we call them swap meets here. And I posted, I was like, the only thing you forgot was leaving with a pair of fresh Chucks because we wear Chucks in LA.
Yeah, that's the flea market out here. Yeah. I used to go there and get my ninja stuff, like butterfly knives and machetes and yeah.
His uncle, he's got a special uncle, very, very special, but he makes like nunchucks, all kinds of crazy things that are probably not.
Yeah, I've got several pair.
Oh.
Yeah, I got several pair of nunchucks. Me and the boys
My
know how to use them. So yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
I love it. We actually, when I was growing up, I had all that stuff in the house because my dad, he did kung fu. He trained kung fu, so he had kept all that stuff around the house, and a lot of it was stuff from like ancient China that they had like way back in the day.
Mm,
And I think the Smithsonian bought a piece from him or something like that. I have to ask my mother.
okay. No, that's dope.
But
That's dope. I might set up a karate channel on TikTok
what?
and just do nunchuck training on TikTok.
Oh, you want to hear the latest tea that's going on TikTok?
What happened?
It's a race thing. You ready for it?
Oh, here we go. You know this is gonna be good.
Okay. So the black community is mad because they say that everybody is appropriating the culture and they're mad at the white girls for doing the box braids.
Okay.
So they're very, very upset. So this stuff comes on my feed and I watch it because I'm curious to understand like what is going on.
Yeah.
Because there's other cultures as well that do braids, that have been doing braids for a long time.
Yeah.
And then there's fighting in the black community because I guess like some of them are not black enough and they're like, why are you talking? You're too light skinned and this, like there's like all this inner fighting going on. I'm like, ma'am, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, we're in a panorama right now. Y'all are fighting about this, but we should be fighting about the stimulus checks. Like,
Right.
so, but now the Asian community got mad at the black community because the black community was putting chopsticks in their hair and they're calling it cultural appropriation. And then the black community is like so mad at them. And they're like, you are not allowed to be mad at us for doing this because you stole our culture. The Asian community is like, what? I'm like,
this is why we should never give humans technology.
And I'm just watching this all unfold from afar. Like all from afar, and I'm just like, okay. And it's like some of this stuff is crazy. And then like the men are coming in and they're fighting. They're like, why do you guys care about hair? Why do you guys care about hair? They're like, I just want to understand. I just want to understand.
This is why my social media activities like super low on my phone. I can't do it. You know, I give it a good 15-20 minute scroll. You know, like most of the time I spend is catching up on my mentions. You know, and sometimes I'm like, I can't even finish catching up because it's just too many. So sometimes tweeting me, I just won't see it. But like I give a couple of scrolls to the timeline, I check the trends, and it's just like back to my book, back to researching for like 5 hours straight. And I also had a good meeting with the YZO team today.
Okay, let's hear it.
We got a new partner / investor potentially coming on.
Ooh, was it the one? It was anybody I connected you with?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well, I want. Are they? How are they? How do you like them?
Guy's awesome.
The guy I connected you with?
Wait, which one? Because you've connected me with like 1,000,001 people. So it's like, which one? They're all great. Like, I can't say anything negative about anybody.
I think it's Crowdsource or Crowd Create, the last one with Will.
Oh yeah, I think we're still working through that.
Okay, good.
To see what makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, this new guy is connected to stadiums. You know, we do security surveillance. He's got like Navy SEALs on his squad, and he does security for like stadiums. So like we might get a stadium contract.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big one. A big one.
And after he saw the demo, like we did a demo and showed him what our technology can do, he was like, I just want to be a partner. How much money I need? Like he got it like right away. Because he's like, there was some synergy, but because he can go and sell our product. I mean, it's $5,000 for the hub, a basic package. And he's like, I can charge 10, 12 because he's going to get me clients that aren't going to buy the basic package. You know what I mean? So he was looking at it like he can make money off of this thing. But he's like, shit, if I was a fucking founder in a company, I can really hit the ground running. So we might have a new founder coming on board, and that's going to be fucking amazing.
Could you imagine if you get a stadium? I mean, that's like huge, huge.
I want to say like this guy, he even spoke to our CFO. Like we opened up the books to him and everything. So the stadium's like, he's already got that contract. Like the stadium's already under his contract. So if he comes on board, we automatically inherit that contract. And our AI, I don't want to say the name, but
I know.
It's Pro Sports. And we're going to be doing a surveillance for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Our AI software. Yeah. So big shit coming down the pike, Wendy.
That's dope. I'm so excited for you guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Today
And
was a good day.
what okay, question. So what happened? Well, I don't know how you feel about this, but what happens if people used your surveillance to see who was wearing a mask and who wasn't?
We haven't built out that technology, but it's completely possible. It's definitely possible for us to, train the brain to recognize masks.
Because that might be something that people are gonna want.
Yeah. Right now, we even have social distancing capabilities. Um, uh, what's the other one? But yeah. Like the mask thing is definitely possible. What was the other one I was thinking about? It slipped my mind just now. But yeah, I mean, you just train it, right? You just give them a set of data, and the AI, picks up, what. Oh, that's what it was. Employee monitoring. We do employee
Ooh.
monitoring. Yeah. So, once this person's profile is inside the AI, we can say, here are your top 3% of employees, and here's the bottom 3% of your employees. And this guy right here, he's on the phone 90% of the time he's on the job. Yeah, we got some hot shit going on.
Wow, that's gonna get so many people fired. Wow.
We're gonna be like, it's literally gonna print out a report. Here are the bottom 3% of your workers. You should fire these people. Yeah.
China's about to buy that software.
Well, that's the thing. The market opened up because of, Trump blocked China. But because he blocked China, the market opened up for us. A lot of people lost their contracts, so people are coming to us now. So that's why I'm like looking at Biden, like, Biden, don't fuck this up for us. Because a US company could come in and get some real traction in the market. But if Biden starts saying, oh no, we're gonna open up back up to China, it's like, what the fuck, bro? How are we supposed to compete with China?
Good old Biden. He made a mess of himself this week.
Did he? Oh
Well,
when he dropped the N-bomb.
I was like,
I called that shit last week too. I literally said he's moments away from fucking dropping the N-bomb by accident, and the very next week he drops it.
Well, he said, and I was telling him what he said about, he said, I don't know exactly the words he said, I don't want to mince words, but he said something along the lines that either Latinos or Mexicans or in the Black community, they do not have access, or they don't know how to register to vote online or use a laptop or something.
Yeah.
People on TikTok, I'm not going to say what they're doing, but I'm sure you can imagine it.
The guy that was acting like a monkey.
And they had, and I'll say I could speak on the on the Latinos because I married one, but they have a Mexican guy on the side that's wearing some like crazy thing and just like, I don't know what he's doing with the laptop. They're duetting each other. I'm just like, oh my God. But it's insulting. It's so insulting because my husband and his business partner, they're both Mexican and they're both business owners and they're on their laptops all the time and they run successful businesses. My husband has been able to stay afloat during this whole panorama and keep 20 guys employed so they can feed their families. A Mexican man.
Yeah. And he said we don't know how to use the internet.
Yes.
So fucking racist.
And people were mad at Trump. I go like,
we literally traded in a fake racist president for a real racist president. What the fuck, people? Thank you.
All I have to say is, President Biden, please do not block. Please let Hotep get rich.
Yeah, let me get rich before you fucking let China back in the market.
Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Okay, so
babies to save.
A couple things. Well, I got to talk about another political thing. So you made that post about the Canadian concentration camps.
Canadian. Oh yeah, you saw that, right?
I saw that and I commented and then I made the thing and then that lady underneath said something. She's like touchy and I that's fine, whatever. But I was like, I don't think people understand. Like, to me, that's a big deal. And it's a big deal to me because I grew up with Jewish family and we really kind of talked about like what happened and whatnot. Like, I literally have family members. Like, if my great grandpa did not flee if he did not flee, I wouldn't be here. It was it for sure happened. So I'm looking at this and I'm like reading it and I'm like, holy shit. Like, these people don't understand. Like, the way they said it, government something hospitals or whatever. It's like
facilities, detainment facilities,
government detainment facility. That's scary.
gulags.
That's scary. I'm
And
just thinking,
last year when people called it out, Trudeau was like, "Oh no, that's a conspiracy theory." And then they put the video of him last year saying it's conspiracy theory to him this year saying there's going to be detainment facilities, and it's just like, bro, you just authorized that shit basically. So yeah, somebody traveling and your ass come up positive COVID, the government is going to snatch your ass up.
So in Southern California, they are shutting down jails, prisons, but they're going to build. Are they going to build these things next? They are, and we talked about it on the show. They are defunding. They're not only defunding the police, but the areas that and I'm for police reform. I'm for police reform, and I'm not saying, oh my God, all cops are amazing, but I do respect the good police officers because there are good police officers out there, and. This is from somebody whose family member was killed by a police officer, my brother-in-law, God rest his soul, but he was on a police chase and they ran him off the road and he died. So this is somebody that comes from, this background, actually losing somebody. So I know that person in the other room had his ass whooped a couple times too. So this is coming from me. Yes, they do need reform, but the areas that they were defunding in Los Angeles County, like the rape and domestic violence, like different things like that, like things that people need help with, not the gang units or anything like that. But they want to, I think they are talking about closing down Los Angeles County Jail. And that's not,
what does that even mean?
Well,
basically, does that mean that inmates are let out now?
So they want to take like the most violent inmates and they want to put them like in this rehabilitation center with like gardens and like make it like whatever. And they basically want to shut it down and let everyone out. What people don't understand, Los Angeles County Men's Jail is a serious place. It is not. I've been there visiting people before. I've actually visited somebody there before.
Oh, you're visiting. Okay.
Well, my record is clean. Okay. My record is clean. I have been there to visit somebody before and it is not a nice place. It is scary. You go down there, when you go into that jail as a woman, you have to wear sweatpants and oversized clothing because the inmate, if you want to go put money on somebody's books, you have to go into the center and that's where they let the people come out or they have to pick their stuff up. And there's fresh out inmates and they're looking at you like you're a snack, even though you look like a mess. It is not a nice place to go. They put the worst and what happens is because the prisons are so overcrowded in California, they just leave people in county for a long time before they send them over to the prisons. And you got some really bad guys there, bad guys.
Yeah, county sucks.
So that's all I gotta say about that. But I don't know what they're planning to do in Los Angeles County. I'm just not here for it, and I'm just not.
Yeah, I did 72 hours hard time in the county.
Hard time.
72 hours hard time. When I tell you Monday came around and it was time for us to go see the judge, I was like a little punk. I was like, oh, please let the judge call my name. Let the judge call my name. And he called my name. I said, oh, yes, Lord, I get to see the judge. And then, you went up, you talk your case. He tell you you're fine and all of that. He said, you gonna have the money? I'm gonna have the money, Judge. I'm gonna have the money, Judge. And then he said, I could go. I said, I could go. Yeah, you go. I could go. You go. I'm out. Lord, I never look back. I've never been so happy to enjoy my freedom. I don't go outside no more.
And that's what caused, and that event right there, ladies and gentlemen, caused Hotep Jesus to become an author so he don't have to leave his house.
I don't go nowhere. I want no problems with nobody. I am not built for jail. I'm not. I mean, the homies is cool. Like I was in there with a pimp and some other dude that was selling cocaine. And we was kicking it, having a good time, telling stories. I just can't do the falling asleep, having dreams about being freed and waking up in a cage. That shit was fucking with my head.
Were you in a holding tank or were you in like the actual county jail?
County jail.
In the bunks? Did you have bunks or were you in a cell?
Bunks in the cell.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
We had bunks. And my roommate was doing backwards dips on the toilet. And I said, muy sucio. Because he was putting his hands in the toilet. I said, muy sucio, it's dirty. And then he said, oh, hold on. He grabbed the toilet paper. He wiped off the toilet and went back to his shit. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. You don't give a fuck. All right. Yeah, it gets shit real in there.
I have a question? Do they separate the races at the jail that you were at?
No.
They do here.
Yeah, because you got so much gangs.
They do here. And because I heard some stories. It gets wild. But one thing I will say, shout out to the inmates that take care of these nasty people that do nasty things to women and children. Shout out to them. Because let me tell you something, ain't nobody else doing it out here.
Right.
So they handle business. So that is one thing that I will say. I like to find the positive of everything. And I'm not saying, that they're innocent and they're great people. I'm just saying, and if somebody's going to go ahead and do that and take out a bad guy like that, because to me, that's probably the lowest thing you can do is hurt a babe. And then comes a woman. And obviously, doing that to a male as well. But that's a very sensitive part for me.
Yeah. Steph Colonel, $30 super chat. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, homie. The homie Steph Colonel coming through.
Next topic?
Yeah, let's talk into some love and marriage. You've been talking about everything but that.
It all relates, so.
It does.
Okay, so let's talk about. Oh man, all right. I'll tell. My mom said something funny. I'll tell you that after this. Let's talk about pay her. Tell us what that tweet you said.
Pay her bills so she can shut the fuck up. Talk
to me about that.
Well, women pop a lot of shit. And really that tweet was aimed at feminists.
Okay.
And like I said before, feminism exists because men have failed.
Mm-hmm.
We've dropped the ball.
Well,
not to say,
hold on a second.
Okay.
Let's say, can we, is it okay if we separate that and say modern day feminism? Because to me, there's a difference between modern day feminism and feminism in the past.
All of it, especially in the past. I mean, the past was the women's suffrage movement where men were hitting their wives. And that was legal. White men really was treating women bad.
Oh, I know they did.
Yeah. So they now I don't think they have much grievances, but back in the day, they definitely had grievances.
Right.
For the women's suffrage movement, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Back then, the women they were actually standing up for something. They wanted, but nowadays it's like, oh, he opened a door for me.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would like to separate that if we can, because I feel that there's a difference, because you're fighting for your life back then. You're fighting because your husband or whoever you're with is doing terrible things to you. Well, and nowadays, okay, go ahead.
Here's why I think today matters. A woman has a problem with a man opening the doors for her because she's not accustomed to that. There's been no masculinity in her life from a young age. You see, if you grow up with your dad opening doors for you, your little brothers your older brothers opening doors for you, it becomes standard in your life. Where when men don't do it, you're looking at them funny. These feminists never had any masculine men in their life. Many of them haven't had a father example. And if they've had a father example, he's been a beta cuck.
I want to say that because I feel like a lot of these feminists, a lot of these liberal feminists, they've had a man in their life, but the man has been a beta cuck. Yes. And I will tell you, because my dad died when I was 11 and he got sick when I was around 7 years old. Probably one of the best memories I have of him is he would take me on daddy-daughter dates. And my best memory, he would open doors for me and I would always reach over and unlock the car door for him. And he says, baby, he says, my girlfriends would always do that for me when I was in high school. Thank you for doing that. It's very, very sweet. Mm-hmm. So that's why I always will open the car door for my man when he comes in. And I expect a man to open I don't want to say expect, but if a man doesn't open a door for me, it's like, What
kind of upbringing have you had?
Yeah, because I feel like, because I hold doors open for older folks and whatever. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you've had a beta cuck in your life, you've never experienced real masculinity. Mm-hmm. So these feminists are walking around the earth with never having experienced real masculinity. So when they cross real masculinity, they get it confused with toxicity. And the other thing is somebody gets to frame masculinity for them. So when they go into these Marxist indoctrination meetings, they get to frame good masculinity as toxic masculinity. Opening doors for you, bad. Paying your bills, bad. You know, all these different things are bad. So they get to frame masculinity. So since they've never understood what masculinity was and somebody frames it for them, their logical mind analyzes and goes, somebody told me this is bad. Computer, compute error. Right? That's what happens. So what?
I'm just thinking, but like me as a woman, my instincts kick in and I can sense like, and like this may sound so stupid,
Hmm.
but if a man doesn't open a door for me,
Hmm.
my instincts are like, there's something not right here. I don't
Yeah.
want to be close to this person. I don't trust this person. And I don't want to say that in a condescending way or in a way that makes me better than them or that I'm expecting them to do that.
Hmm.
But I just feel like there's certain things like if I'm sitting at a table with a bunch of men, I'm going to make sure that they're let's say I have dinner at my house and I have friends that come male friends that come over or my stepkids are there or I have male family members come over. I make sure they have a full plate of food. I make sure they have something to drink. I make sure they have utensils and napkins, stuff like that. And that's just my womanly instinct kicking in like I want to feed. I want to make sure my family and my people I love are taken care of. So I don't and again, I don't want to sound like I'm this princess, like this Jewish American princess, all this type of stuff. But I just feel that if some man's not going to open a door for me, it means he doesn't respect me as a person.
Or he's just never been taught. Like
Okay.
some men don't know to stand on the side closest to the street when you're walking on the sidewalk. You know, it's just a little fine details. Never sit with your back towards the door. Remember to tighten the lug nuts on the wheel after you put the car down when you change a tire.
They can't change tires though.
They don't know how to change tires. You let one of these new men change your tires, you're gonna be driving around with one tire flying off down when you go drive down the highway because they don't know how to change a tire. You know, but these men just don't know shit. DJ Study Mac 499 super chat. He said, "I need to finish your Unbreakable Rules of Masculinity book so I won't be a beta cuck." Yeah, go devour that, man. That's some good work. Did you know that University of Texas A&M psychology, a professor has included my book in the curriculum?
I kind of saw that, but I didn't see like what exactly. Congratulations. That is
Thank you.
so cool. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I almost got into
wow.
Yale. There's one lady that goes to that she's a director at Yale, and she reached out to me. She's like, "Oh my God, I fucking love you. You're brilliant, blah, 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 blah. I want you to come here and explain to doctors how they can use Twitter better." But it never went through because, well, they probably Googled me. But yeah, I'm excited. I finally, I broke into higher learning, and they've included my book into their class, and it's a great experience.
Trigger the liberals.
Yeah, yeah,
That is so cool. I'm so
yeah.
happy for you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, wait till this new book drops. Oh my God, I can't wait to see what professor includes. This has definitely got to be in the history class. It's going to be in
I'm
probably finance, economics, and history.
curious. Okay, so let's go back to pay
Yeah,
her to basically pay her to shut up.
yeah. I mean, man. So I was, I do a panel every Sunday called The Seven on Donovan Sharp's channel. And it's a bunch of us men, right? And you tell me what you think about this. This is a little segue. We can come back to this conversation, but it's just a segue that's interconnected. And he said, does a man need a woman to be happy? Don't you know some of these guys said no?
Really?
Well, they made some good cases. They said, well, a man has to provide his own happiness. He shouldn't be relying upon a woman to be happy, right? For me, providing gives me a feeling of fulfillment. I feel fulfilled knowing that, I took care of the lady for the day, you know. Handing her my credit card makes me feel powerful.
And that's genetics, I feel, or not genetics, but I feel like that's how we're built. I feel like
It's
that's how that's
biological.
thank you. That's biological because men have been the providers, and just because men have evolved over time and society has evolved over time, that's just like you being a hunter gatherer going out and getting the food, and your fiance preparing it. That's just how that relationship works, and I think that's happiness.
Yeah, yeah. So how if a man's duty is to be a provider and there's nobody there to provide for, does he even feel fulfilled? Right? And so they talk about like, the accomplishments we make, da 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 da. And it's just like, you know, after I accomplish all of my goals and I become a multi-billionaire, like, and you just by yourself, like, nah, I kind of want to, you know, uh, 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 build a castle so she can go, oh, wow, this is beautiful, right? Like, I live for that. Like, here's a castle. I bought it for you, right? Now, leave me the fuck alone, right? Go in there, shut the door. Don't say shit to me for the next 10 years, right?
I don't I think that companionship though.
What is that? You just lost me.
When you go to lay in bed at night
Okay,
with
yeah.
your fiance,
Yeah.
how does that go?
Um, I enjoy that. That's one of my favorite parts of the day because I
Okay.
spend most of the day here working, right? And then it's just like, this is my time. I get to lay in a bed, kick back, relax, and decompress. So she's gonna say a bunch of shit that annoys me, but not in a bad way. It's like cute annoying, right? Like, oh, look at the stuff I almost bought today, or look at the stuff I bought today. Like shit I don't care about, so I pretend like I'm listening, you know, while I'm playing Clash of Clans or doing some chess puzzles on my phone. And I just let her talk. And it's like cool. I got some chick that's here gnawing my ear off about shit I don't give a fuck about. And it's just kind of cute.
Okay. So, could you imagine not having that and just being by yourself?
No.
Would you
I would
miss that?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, that's companionship.
Oh, that's what that
It's
is?
it's a routine. You have a routine.
Oh.
That is your
Oh.
routine. She is your companion. If you're
Yeah.
having a shitty day, you can go to her and she will, whatever it is. I don't know how your guys' relationship
I just
is.
needed to rub my head for a few minutes. That's good.
Exactly. If you
Yeah.
need your head rubbed because you had a rough day or just something, you go
Yeah.
to your companion. You go to that's the yin and the
Oh.
yang. That is companionship.
Oh, that's what that is. I'm learning stuff.
No, that's your companion. That's your ride or die. That's your babe. That's your counterpart. And that's you
Oh,
guys have a routine. And like you said, you have this big castle, you have all this success, you're doing well. Like you get to go to her and
hmm.
say, "Babe, I did da, 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 da." Or you get to do that to her. And then you got
Yeah.
the funds to support her because you did these cool things. And you get to share all of those victories with her, your companion.
Yeah. 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 That's dope. Okay. Yeah. I can companionship. Somebody asked, does Hotep cuddle? Be real. Uh, yeah, I enjoy some cuddling. I'm a
See?
cuddler.
Okay. Companionship.
Like when I go to sleep, yeah. I gotta bury my face in her back or her shoulder. Yeah.
Hey.
I need to feel, or I throw my leg over hers. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Or I put my cold feet on her. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then like once I get cozy, then it's like I uncuddle and go to sleep. I
See?
roll over and then now I'm like I'm good. But yeah, I do need
Compa-
that. I need that cuddle in the initial period. Yeah.
companionship.
Companionship. Companionship is nice. Okay. Oh, I can dig this thing.
How long you guys been together?
What year is it?
2021, unfortunately.
How old is my daughter? 18 years?
Wow.
Yeah.
You've had companionship for 18 years.
19 years, maybe. It might
19
be
years.
going on 20. I don't know. She killed me if I don't know. But it's been a long time. Going on 2 decades.
Companionship.
Companionship. No.
And
the first 15 years were really hard.
Mm-hmm.
The first 6 months were dope. Then the next 15 years were like shitty. And then like I started to understand myself and women, and then things got a lot better. That's when I realized, like I always said I wanted to write a book on masculinity, but I was like, I can't write one until like I write my relationship, right? Until like I know how to have a healthy relationship. And like once I like mastered the woman, I was like, oh, I got her like under control now. Like, yeah, all right. Here's the law, fellas. Here's how you do this shit. So now I feel qualified to speak on it. Yeah.
So this is the thing. She holds the power, though.
Yes, that is true. That's actually a chapter in my book. It's called "Women Are the Apex Predator" on chapter 75. I mean, on page 75.
I have a question for you.
To survive this gender war that's being manufactured by communists in America, we must first understand the woman. To know is to overcome. We will now begin to make it clear that women are the apex predator of the human species. So yeah, women hold all the power.
Do you think you would have accomplished all that you've accomplished in life without her?
Absolutely not.
Okay. That is a companion.
Yeah. She held me down through the rough patches. Yeah.
That is a companion. That's so sweet. You guys are so cute.
Who's that? Chapter Master Dante. Fulfillment is not the same as being happy. Interesting.
Like Talk about that.
No. I want to get back on topic.
Okay, get back on topic.
So they were saying like, you don't need a woman to be happy. And I was just like, I do, and it was just like, they were saying like, they don't want to be annoyed by women. And I was talking about like, I kind of like sitting in bed and being annoyed. And, it's just like, and I just feel like sometimes in that space, like sometimes men just turn into like, little rascals, turns into like He-Man woman haters club. You know what I mean? And it's just like, nah, I love women. Like, I think women are fucking amazing, and I think that they deserve respect and honor. And, I like to make sure we create a safe space for women, for them to grow and flourish. Like I said before, they're the phoenix, so, let them unleash their power wrong, they could destroy the planet.
Mm-hmm.
If you let them harness that power, we can create gardens.
And they will protect you.
Yeah, in very intuitive ways. But yeah, I think that women are essential to a man's happiness, and I think men are definitely essential to a woman's happiness. I mean, women are just fucking sad without men. Oh my God, it's horrible. Women, all y'all do is think about men all day long. When y'all single, oh my God. All day long, y'all think about men. I mean, when I look at this, the timeline, like men are talking about like money and Bitcoin, and usually it's just the scrubs that talk about women online. But women, oh my God, like everything relates back to a man, which again comes back to biology. They're designed to mate. They're designed to pick a mate and then procreate.
I guess I'm different.
Well, you got a man.
I know, but even if I was single, I just would not be, I would be focused on making money. I love making money. I love it.
Wendy, you can't speak on that because you're married. So you can't say what you would do if you were single because you're not. If you were single, you'd be like, oh my God, Hotep Jesus, find me a man.
Oh no.
Yes, you would. You'd be on Loving. This wouldn't even be called the Love and Marriage podcast. It'd be like Married and Single. I'd be on here like, fellas, who's gonna go on a date with Wendy O today? Right? Let's start bidding. Start the bidding at $1,000, right? Like that's what this show would be like.
Oh
He'd be
my
trying to get
goodness.
you dated. So no, you
Oh.
can't say that.
Okay, fine. Well,
So let's get back to the main topic, right?
go ahead.
Which was pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, women, again, due to feminism, have been thrust into this space where they're like forced to provide, right? And that's just not their job. And I think many of them want to escape that duty. And I think if men could provide that, you're basically freeing a slave. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like you're Harriet Tubman.
Okay, Miss Nita.
When a man retires a woman, he frees a slave. Somebody write that down. When a man retires a woman, he frees a slave.
Write it down.
Somebody write that down. Somebody go tweet that, put my name next to it. When a man retires a woman, he frees a slave.
You want me to tweet that?
Tweet it out right now.
When
a man retires a woman, he frees a slave. That's real talk right there. This is gems.
I'm going to put Hotep Jesus.
Yes. Natasha Kayleen said we need to revive manhood. We trying our best. Trust me. It's going to work. Don't even worry about it.
I retweeted it.
I'm going to your page right now. Hit the retweet button. Yes.
Crypto Twitters be like,
the fuck is she talking about? Oh, you didn't put it in quotes. Oh, man, they're going to kill you. Who says white women talking about slaves?
Should I delete it?
Nah, leave it up. Let's see what kind of controversy comes from it.
Okay. You got my back. I'm like, you got my back.
I got your back. I got your back.
You know what? I could get behind that, though. And this is why the nuclear family is so important. It's why it's so important, is because people, I don't know why people just are not happy in their roles. Like, if you don't want to have a man, like the typical female male role, do your own thing. But why be toxic towards other people?
Yeah. Hurt people. That's all that comes down to.
Guess, but it's just to me it's just so toxic, though. Like, and this is the issue too. I feel like a lot of people in today's day and age, like, there's a way to settle for somebody. Like, people have this idea, and my mom was guilty of this because I watched her do it, but my mom had this idea in her head of like the perfect man, like looks wise, job wise, all these different attributes. And like, as I got older, I says, Mom, sometimes you got to settle, or sometimes you got to make concessions for things. Like, maybe the man might not be the most attractive man, but is he nice to you? Does he treat you well? Is he, is he a 5? Does he make you laugh?
Looks are important to your mom?
Yes, very.
Interesting. Usually that stuff fades after a certain age and they just go for hypergamy.
I think my mom, from the trauma with my father, losing him and having to raise the 3 kids on her own, I feel like that really impacted her in a very traumatic way. And I feel bad for her. My heart goes out to her because she didn't really want to remarry, and she was very particular on things. And I kind of saw that, and I was like, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be this type of person. Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, if somebody makes you laugh and they're, and you can feel a connection, other things are going to come. Like, being around somebody who's nice to you and makes you happy, that feels good.
Yeah, absolutely. Is she on Tinder?
No. My mom's pushing 70.
Try Hinge.
I'll let her know. I doubt she'll do it, though. I think, and that's the women in my family, and I was raised around that, and I was like, I don't ever want to be this person ever. I don't want to be this person ever. I want to have a partner. I want to be happy. I don't want to be alone. Like my aunt, she is so bitter from a marriage that she had like 50 years ago or whenever she had it. And it's just like, I don't want to say settle, but compromise a bit. Like, do you want to be miserable? And I feel like women, they get in this very negative, like aspect, and they just are so critical of men, and it's really not the men, it's them.
Yeah. That's why I like being a man, because, we there's no limit on how old we can be to date. As long as we got money, we can get a woman.
For most women. I'm not most women though.
No, but for the most part, as long as we got money, we can get a woman.
Yeah, I don't know. I would rather be with a man who made less money, that was nice to me, was sweet to me, and protected me.
Well, I mean, if you contrast that with somebody who's a fucking asshole, a douche, then yeah, sure. But
I've been with him since through thick and thin when he had no money, nothing,
that's true.
nothing, and he'll vouch for that. I can call him in here; he'll vouch for that.
But you're a ride or die.
I am a ride or die.
You're a ride or die. So like, you're the anomaly. You're a good pick. You're a good pickup. You're a good pickup, fellas. You want to get a girl. You want to get a girl like Wendy O. You're somebody's gonna hold you down while you're broke. That was my thing. I always said if I had money, I would like get another apartment and some real shitty clothes and pretend to be broke and start dating as if I was broke, just so I know she liked me for me.
Well, some of the guys in crypto that I talk to, is I got a lot of male friends, and one of them, he actually like he took a girl that he was interested in. They went on like a weekend getaway, and they stayed at a really like not nice hotel. He's a millionaire. They stayed at a really not nice hotel to see how it would go. I guess it didn't pass her. Like she was just kind of appalled by it, and so then he ended it after that. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. I was like, that's crazy. But I'm thinking to myself, like, the man's already paid. Like, if he's, like, it's not, who cares if it's not a nice hotel? You guys are barely going to be in the room. Like, why would you care what kind of hotel it is? It's about the experience. That's how my mind works. Like, I'm just happy. Like, if he was to say, babe, let's go. I got the hotel. I'm going to pay for gas. I got food. Let's go. And if we stayed in a Motel 6, but we went to like Santa Barbara or the beach or something, even if we ate a freaking Denny's, I'd be like, this is so dope. Like, this is so cool. Like, for the experience. Like, who cares about all the nice stuff? That comes later.
I couldn't date a girl that'll settle for the Motel 6. That's where I draw the line.
You know what? That's being respectful of a budget, okay?
Yeah,
I never stayed in a Motel 6 though.
FYI. But I just feel like if a woman would lay on the bed in a Motel 6, what other kind of dirty shit has she done?
That means she's a ride or die.
That means she might be dirty.
No, that means that she came up from nothing. And that means that she's not concerned about materialistic stuff. And that's some of your guys' problem. That's not that she's dirty, is that maybe she had a hard life. And maybe she values and she just wants to spend time with her man as opposed to being some bougie ass bitch that's going to take you for all your money and make you miserable.
It mean her coochie stink.
No. That's different, okay? That is different. And you know what? The coochie stink, that's because they're not eating pineapples, and that's because they're not drinking enough water, and that's the pH balance, okay? And you know what? Some of you need to just be quiet because sometimes you guys over there with your dirty selves are throwing our pH off.
Yo, fellas, if she allows y'all to stay at the Motel 6 or coochie stink, avoid.
I cannot right now.
It's not like she, 5-star, 6-star hotel, whatever. But, she settles for the most 6. I won't even stay at a most 6. I haven't stayed at the most 6 since I was a touring artist.
You know what? This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit right now. You're talking about women gold digging, and then I say something that's very, like, I present a scenario, a perfect scenario. You're with this girl, you think she's attractive, you want to take her out somewhere, you're trying to vet her to see if she's a gold digger. So you know what? You just go to a Motel 6, you guys go to Denny's, and she's just happy to be with her man, and then she don't pass that way? Come on.
That's a smash and dash date.
That is not a smash and dash date. How dare you?
If I take a woman...
And her coochie don't stink because that. Her coochie stinks because you guys are dirty with your nasty balls and whatever else going on down there. Because some of y'all do not know how to clean down there, and we're not going to get into that. But stop throwing our pH balance off, you guys.
If I take a woman to Motel 6 and Denny's is a smash and dash date. I promise you that, yo. It's a smash and dash date.
Don't be saying her coochie stank though, because you don't know.
She's dirty.
No, because
It's
let me tell you,
bugs at Motel 6.
people from the hood, just because they're poor doesn't mean they stink.
It's bed bugs at Mo 6.
She just wants to be with her man. It's not like she's gonna stay there on her own. You pick the hotel.
I need my woman to have a little bit of standards.
Let me present a scenario to you. Let me present a scenario to bring it to this level here.
Okay.
The scenario is you're with the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you got you're middle class, everything's going good. You guys decide to get married, move in, And you guys are living in a nice 3-bedroom house. What happens if you lose your job because you're the provider? What happens if you lose your job and you have to sell that house and you guys have to move to the hood to survive? And you have to rent a 1-bedroom studio in the hood because that's all you can afford. And it's just nasty there because that's all you can afford. And she decides to go with you because she's the ride or die.
Well, I mean, that's circumstantial. You don't got a choice. You lost your job. You got to downgrade. It just is what it is. Now you're back to square one.
But you have the bitch who wants the fancy shit, and she's going to leave your ass.
Well, I would celebrate.
You missed the point. It went like this over the head.
We started out great, right?
Okay.
We got the house.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had to downgrade. And she like, look, because we got to downgrade, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Good, bitch. Bye. Now I get to upgrade your ass.
That's fine, but don't you, why waste, you're wasting time. You're wasting time with a woman who's not going to have your back.
No, there's no such thing as wasting time with a woman when you're a man.
Yes, there is.
No, it's not.
And rich people's coochie stink too.
Why are you still stuck on that?
Because that was rude.
Wendy.
Yes.
If a woman leaves a man,
okay,
she's probably giving him the best years of her life. The best years of a man's life are in the latter years of his life. My net worth is only going to go up.
Listen,
my sexual market value is only going to go up.
Listen, man, if you're watching this, if she is okay with staying in a Motel 6 with you, she's a ride or die. And that's the one you want to wife up. You don't want to wife up the bougie one. You don't. And I'm telling you this because I know I've seen so much.
There's a middle ground between bougie and dusty. There's a middle ground.
Dusty is personality. Personality.
No, it's not. Dusty is dusty. You do not want to get you a dusty chick. There's nothing feminine about being dusty.
That's ghetto. Dusty is being, to me, when somebody says dusty, that's like ghetto. That's like street. That's like, I'm going to come, I'm going to
Yeah, all of that. We don't need that. Then there's bougie, who won't accept anything below 5-star, 6-star, right? That's bougie. There's a middle ground that says, I don't need, the biggest diamonds, and I don't need to stay in the nicest hotels, but I ain't staying in no Motel 6. They got bed bugs. She's concerned about her health and her well-being and her skill.
Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara is a very expensive area, and their Motel 6s are nice.
I've been to Santa Barbara, and I've been to the Motel 6s in Santa Barbara, and they're not nice.
They are.
They're Motel 6s.
Really?
They're Motel 6s, and they're not nice. Actually, this was Santa Monica.
That's different. Santa Monica is very different from Santa Barbara. Santa Monica is disgusting.
I'm sorry. That was Santa Monica.
I probably wouldn't even stay in a 5-star hotel in Santa Monica because it's
Where's
nasty.
Santa Barbara? Is that the Bay?
Santa Barbara is like more up north. It's very expensive. It makes Santa Monica look ghetto and gross. Okay. It's like it's super up north, and it's very, very bougie.
No, okay, no, I haven't been there.
Santa Monica's gross though. It's gross. I don't even like to go out there. I don't like the people out there because you have these rich bougie, whatever people that are just annoying, and then you have ghetto homeless people, and I'm just like, where do I fit in here? I don't fit in here. I don't like you, and I don't like you. I don't want to be around none of y'all. I'm
Yeah.
going back to the hood where I feel comfortable at the swap meet, and that's it.
Fellas, you gotta get you a woman in the middle as a compromise. No five, no, demanding 5 stars, and the Motel 6 just bad for a woman's skin.
What happens if she likes to go to the swap meet to get her eyebrows done?
That's fine. I don't care where you go to get your shit done.
Swap meet's dusty too.
Listen, there's nothing dustier than a Motel 6. Motel 6 is where you go to like hide dead bodies and
That's a hotel.
do drug deals. And smash whores, like straight up prostitutes. That's where you take Motel 6.
Where I live, not in the neighborhood I live in, because I'm bougie now, and I live in a very nice part of Southern California. Very nice. The schools are 10 out of 10, very, very safe, very nice. But where she lives, Motel 6s are nicer than the little motels that they have. And that's where you do the crack. That's where you do all the crazy stuff. That's where you do the meth. And that's where you do the hookers, the crack whores, all that type of stuff.
Dre Podcast said $5 super chat. He said, it's low status signaling. She definitely stank. Told you.
Let me tell you something. There's a difference between her pH balance being off by your guys' nasty ass and her being
She's dusty and she stink. Ricky 1399, thank you. She's dusty and she stank. We will not accept Motel 6. I mean, I'm bougie. I can't stay in anything that's not nice. Like, I remember, I'm not going to say what it was, but I was invited somewhere by somebody. And they said, yeah, we'll put you up in a hotel. And I'm like, really? Which one? And they're like, this one. So I went and Googled it. I Google mapped it. I zoomed in. I'm like, I'm going to get my own hotel. I'm not staying there because it's in your budget. I'll just spend the money. It's a tax write-off, but I ain't staying there. No, thank you. I will Uber in to visit your event. No, I'm bougie. And when I went out to Vegas, I had to stay at the Delano. I couldn't just do the normal shit. Yeah, and I'm not saying I do penthouse suites. I have because of friends, but if I don't got 2 rooms in my room, we not doing it right.
Wait, what? 2 rooms in your room?
Yeah, you need to have a living room and then a bedroom when you get a hotel room.
I see. I don't care about that.
That's how I got a roll.
Well, I also stay like because we go to like nice places in the mountains, and there's no you don't get that all the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's all compromising, because what's funny about me though? I'm really cheap in other ways, right? Like I don't skimp on hotel rooms. It's like that shit got to be good, right? But today, I wanted to buy a pair of slippers, and because my feet get cold, and I wrap them in a blanket. So my lady said, get a pair of Uggs. Slippers that keep your feet warm. I went on the website and I went to go pick some out, right? And it was like, wait until next week and get them, or get them Friday for $25 extra. What do you think I did?
You waited to get them.
I almost did. And I had to pat myself on the back for paying the extra $25 to get them here by Friday.
Really?
Yeah, I had to pat myself on the back because usually I'm very cheap like that. But I'm like, do I really want to sit in because I do a Saturday class. And I was just thinking about the fact that I would go another Saturday class with my feet cold. And I'm like, wouldn't it be nice to have my slippers on this Saturday for my Saturday class instead of waiting another whole week? I'm like, I want them now.
You don't own socks?
Well, I do, but that's not going to keep my feet warm. I'm going to have to put on like 45 pair of them to keep my feet warm.
See, me growing up poor, there's still some things that I have to be frugal about. I bought myself a very expensive bag because I did very, very well. And I could have had the expedited shipping, but I didn't. It's going to cut here when it gets here, and I'm going to be
My feet are cold right now. Like they're like cold.
I'm talking about my bag, my YSL bag. What's wrong with you?
My bad. I got ADD. I got ADD. You gotta bear with me. So I had trouble in school. I can't pay attention for too long.
I think we're done tonight. I think we're done. Oh, can I tell the funny story about my mom? Well, I got two funny things I have to say.
All right, what happened?
I bodied some motherfucker on TikTok today. I bodied him so hard.
What do you mean?
He made an apology video towards me.
What'd you do?
Well, he made a video advising his followers to, instead of paying their taxes on crypto, to use an app called BlockFi and take out a DeFi loan or a loan so that they don't have to pay taxes on their crypto. So this is the thing. When you take out a loan, there's something called a margin call. And the way that it works, because the crypto markets are so volatile, if it drops below a certain point, your loan gets called and they take your money. They take it. They take your money. So he's telling people that is a good idea to take your crypto.
Wait, back up. They can call this loan at any time.
If the market drops below, if price drops below a certain price, because we are in crypto, the markets are volatile. We can get 20 to 50% swings in one day with Bitcoin or any other asset. Right. So you do not, me personally, I'll take a stable coin loan out if I need to. I'm not a big loan person. Yeah. But he's telling his followers to do this. And somebody tagged me, Crypto Wendy O, what do you think of this? I was like, unless he's a CPA or tax like licensed person, I wouldn't take advice from him. He got mad and made a video and said, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I made a video, I made a clapback. And I said, I don't know who the F you are. And I try to say his name. I was like, I said, listen, let's talk about this because what you're doing is wrong. And it's very irresponsible to push this onto your people unless you're I says, if you are a CPA or accredited tax person doing taxes, say what you want. I don't care. And people are stupid for hiring you anyways. But I showed the terms of what the loan said. And then I explained, and then I showed the definition on Investopedia of what a margin call is. And then he was like, and then some other insoles were commenting, oh, no, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And then he made an apology video. He's like, I just wanted your attention.
Oh, and my God. Right.
So that happened today.
Oh, man. All right, so I'm on Investopedia right now. It says a margin call occurs when the value of an investor's margin account falls below the broker's required amount. An investor's margin account contains securities bought with borrowed money, like you were saying. Typically a combination of the investor's own money and money borrowed from the investor's broker. A margin call refers specifically to a broker's demand that an investor deposit additional money or securities into the account that is brought up to the minimum value known as maintenance margin.
Yes, in some cases.
A margin call is usually an indicator that one or more of the securities held in a margin account has decreased in value. When a margin call occurs, the investor must choose to either deposit more money in account or sell some of the assets held in their account.
And in crypto's a little bit different.
Because then it can drop below that maintenance margin and that minimum value, and you got to cover that.
I know somebody, I had a follower of mine that messaged me and said, Wendy, I was on platform X, Y, and Z, and I took a crypto loan out and the price dropped because of the volatility, and they called the loan because there was a scam wick, something had happened. He's like, can you help me? I go, well, what do the terms of service say? He's like, I says, well, I can at the company and see if they'll respond to you. I doubt it. And he didn't get his money back. And people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, Lord Jesus in heaven, whoever's up there.
That was a worthy clapback.
Oh, it was good. I was so happy.
That was worthy. That's a good job because you saved people. The fact that he had to apologize, you saved people's lives right there.
He was like, he's like, well, I'm sorry, but I'm just letting you know that I do it, and I'm letting you, and I should have told them to only use 10 or 20% of their capital or something. I'm like, that's not the point. Like people in crypto don't want to pay taxes, and that's fine. But it's like, you punk asses are not going to jail. You guys are beta cucks, most of you, and you all ain't going to jail. You're not cut out for it. You're not. Yeah. Like you have no idea. Like I've never been to jail. I'm from the streets. I am from the streets. I know for a fact that you people are not going to do time because your wives are going to kick your asses.
Yeah, you're going to come up with that money.
I would do time before they would, and I'm not interested in it. I don't want to do it. Anyways.
What's the second story?
So some lady got mad at me because she said I said speak badly about women on your show. Um, it was a white woman, of course. So I always have problems. So I told my mom because my mom doesn't really get along with women. She goes, she goes, that makes sense. She's like, generally, a lot of women they don't have good social skills. Because it's because of the pettiness. It's because
Yeah.
and again, this is not directed towards all women. It's just some women I do have a hard time getting along with because there's so much pettiness that goes on. It's like, if you want to be my friend, let's be friends. You want to work together, you want to build, you want to hang out, do this, it's fine. But don't play the games with me. Like, I'm not your man. I want to be your friend. If you don't want to
Yeah.
be my friend, don't be my friend. Like, but
Yeah.
don't play the games. Don't talk behind my back. Don't try to poach me for my contacts. Like, just don't. I don't like it.
Yeah. Women are catty. Like I told you, I'm in business. I don't want to hire a woman.
I don't blame you. It's just too much. It's too much static.
Yeah, it's too much could go wrong.
It's just like, and then it's just whatever. Those are my stories, though. I was most proud about the clapback.
Nah, that's dope. Great show tonight.
Good show.
Everybody, go in the description box below. Get a copy of The Unbreakable Rules of Masculinity. Get a digital copy. Don't buy it from Amazon because Amazon takes too much of my paycheck. Go to briansharp.co/masculinity. The link is in the description box below and get a copy of The Unbreakable Rules of Masculinity and save a beta cuck near you. Save yourself. Have a better relationship with your woman. All the above. Make yourself more attractive if you're single. But we are redefining masculinity over here. And this is the guide to help you do that.
Also, too, if you're not the most attractive man, but if you're if you're become more masculine and you become more authoritative, I don't think that's a word. Authoritarian, and you're just very like, if you're very alpha and you're just very like if you have that confidence, women will flock to you.
Yeah.
We absolutely love that. It is written in our genetics and biology, all of that stuff. We love a strong man. And if you lack in the physical appearance, read his book and the bitches will flock.
Got the sketch therapy and Raider holding me down. Appreciate y'all, homies.
All right. Well, you want to plug what's going on with you, Knuckle Hotep?
Oh man, tomorrow. What are we talking about on Hotep's Been Crazy. Where is it? Okay. Malcolm X's family wants to reopen the case. Young Pharaoh got banned from CPAC.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about that, but I'll talk to you about it next week. Because I want to learn. I want to learn on why he thinks those things. Because I read a little bit.
Yeah. Biden's N-bomb. Jay-Z's liquor deal. Bobby Shmurda came home. And Asian Lives Matter has replaced Black Lives Matter, apparently. And then whoever knows what other news pops up between now and then.
It's the hair clips.
What do you mean?
For Asian Lives Matter, it's the chopsticks in the hair. That's one of the things. I'm being dead serious. I swear to God.
Yeah, but like Asian people have been getting attacked.
I have heard. I haven't seen that here though, where I am.
I was just talking to Ben Baller last night. He's Asian, and I did this podcast last night, and he said the same thing. Like, Asians are like really like fucking getting their ass whooped. It's like old folks are getting attacked. Like,
why?
I don't know. Like
that's terrible. Asians, they don't mess with anybody. They stay away. They do their own thing. They don't mess with no one.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's unfortunate. Anyways.
Oh, LaMelo balling. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week on Wednesday. I'm gonna try to pop in tomorrow at 1 p.m. on your thing on the Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Can you send me a link?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys make sure to subscribe to Hotep's channel. Just know that I do love women, and don't think that I don't. and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going. Good night.
Night. Yeah.